He was lying in bed at 3 a.m. again. His body was exhausted, his eyes were burning, but his mind was running, not thinking about anything important, just running. The same thought, then another, then back to the first, a loop that never stopped. This is overthinking, not problem solving, not planning, just the brain stuck in a gear it can't shift out of, the same movie playing over and over. And the worst part? He knew he was doing it, he just couldn't stop. Maybe you know this, the feeling of being trapped inside your own head, watching yourself think about thinking, analyzing conversations that happened weeks ago, imagining disasters that haven't happened yet, replaying every mistake, every awkward silence, every moment you wish you could do over. Overthinking feels like preparation, like if you just think hard enough, you'll find the answer. You'll find the perfect response, the perfect plan, the solution that makes everything okay. But the answer never comes, just more questions, more scenarios, more reasons to stay awake at 3 a.m. running the same scenario for the 40th time. This pattern usually starts early, much earlier than you think. A childhood where you had to anticipate everything, where safety meant predicting what would go wrong before it did. Maybe your parents were unpredictable. Maybe you learned that asking for help made things worse. Maybe you just learned that the only person you could trust was yourself. You learned to scan, to prepare, to think through every possibility, to imagine the worst case so you wouldn't be surprised when it happened. And it worked. You survived. You made it through. But here's the problem. The scanner never turned off. Even when the danger was gone, even when you were safe in your own bed at 3 a.m., the brain kept running the program because it didn't know how to stop. Overthinkers are often the most responsible people in the room, the ones who catch what everyone else misses, the ones who prepare for every outcome, the ones who never make careless mistakes. But inside, there's no peace, just the endless hum of calculation, just the quiet, grinding exhaustion of a mind that never rests. The dark side is that overthinking steals presence. You're never really in the moment. You're always a step ahead or a step behind. At a party, you're not enjoying the music, you're analyzing who you haven't talked to yet. On vacation, you're not relaxing, you're worrying about what you forgot to pack. In a conversation, you're not listening, you're rehearsing what you're going to say next. You miss your own life, not because you're not there, because your head is somewhere else, always. And after years of this, you start to notice. You start to realize that you can't remember the last time you just felt something without thinking about it first. The last time you laughed without wondering if it sounded fake. The last time you were truly present. And here's the hidden truth that almost no one tells you. Overthinking is not deep thinking. It's not intelligence. It's not careful planning. It's a defense mechanism. Your brain would rather run in circles for hours than sit with uncertainty for 5 minutes, because uncertainty feels like danger, and your brain has decided that thinking is safer than feeling. So you think and think and think. You analyze every angle. You prepare for every possibility. You build models of conversations that haven't happened yet. And all of this feels productive. It feels like you're doing something, but you're not. You're just running on a treadmill, moving a lot, going nowhere. The only way out is not more thinking, it's less. Learning to tolerate not knowing, letting the thought pass without chasing it, sitting in the discomfort of maybe everything is fine, maybe you don't need to prepare, maybe you can just be. This is terrifying for someone who has spent years surviving by thinking. It feels like giving up, like letting your guard down, like inviting disaster. But the disaster never comes. The tiger never appears. The worst case you imagined at 3 a.m. almost never happens. And slowly, you start to see. The thinking was never saving you. It was just exhausting you, keeping you small, keeping you awake, keeping you from the one thing you actually need: rest. If this was about you, if you recognized yourself in these words, here's what I want you to know. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not someone who thinks too much. You are someone who learned to think this way because somewhere along the way, thinking kept you safe. It was the best tool you had, and you used it well. But you don't need to be on alert anymore. The danger is gone. The people who taught you to scan are gone. The environment that required hypervigilance is behind you. You are safe now, or at least safe enough to stop, to rest, to let the thoughts pass without chasing them. The goal is not to stop thinking. The goal is to stop being chased by your own mind, to notice the thought and let it go, to watch it like a cloud passing across the sky, to say to yourself, there's that thought again, and then return to your breath, return to your body, return to the room you're actually in. You've been running for a long time. Your legs are tired. Your mind is exhausted. It's okay to stop. The world will not fall apart if you stop preparing. The conversation will happen whether you rehearse it or not. The decision will be made whether you analyze it for another hour or not. Your mind will fight this at first. It will tell you that you need to keep thinking, that something bad will happen if you stop. That's just the old program running, the one that kept you safe. Thank it for its service, and then set it down. You don't have to listen anymore. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to not know. You are allowed to be present, not because you figured everything out, but because figuring everything out was never the answer. The answer is simpler and harder. The answer is to stop, breathe, and trust that you'll handle what comes when it comes, not before.